Yeah. You're listening to the Grind Ethiks Mixtape Show, and I'm your host, Victory, BX Supreme Promoter, and I'm here with my brother, Jason, from RV Neo. RV Neo. I'm sorry for messing up your name.
Oh, you just hey, listen. Hey, I've had people mispronounce Avnio in the past because I understand it. But
Hey,
how you doing today?
I'm good. Yeah, I had people mispronouncing my name all my life. That's why I'm like, yo, listen, my name is Victory, okay? That's what my name means. So that's what people are gonna call me, Victory.
No, I make people get it right.
Yeah.
Avnio is the company name, and I'm Jason Swanston, and I'm from New York City, Harlem. And listen, hey, I just know a couple of skills, and I have a bunch of skill sets under my belt, and I'm here to basically let the whole world know on your show what we do.
Exactly. So yeah, so break down the networking company. It's a TV network. Am I correct?
No, it's Avnio is a cable company that creates front end software. And what we did a couple of years ago was come out with a particular platform, kind of like what people see nowadays, in the form of an app. But what I did basically was I created a platform under the idea of a browser-based software where you can access cable channels, my cable channels, okay, and my friends' cable channels from my designated web address, where anywhere you are on planet Earth, on your laptop, desktop, or tablet with Wi-Fi access, you'll be able to see the channels in one particular web window without going to another website. Everything is within one particular space. So Avnio is a cable company that allows you to see channels. Now, when I realized a couple of years ago I had what I had, I started to study various different websites that were streaming video, which was the YouTubes of the world and Vimeo, and they didn't have Hulu out back then. But I realized that independent filmmakers, that were doing DVDs, and some of the DVDs, around the country were looking for various different ways to reach more people. So I said, you know what? Let me assist people that were coming to me saying, you know what, can you get my stuff out there, to some of the Hollywood executives you have relationships with? And I said, you know what, I'm going to create something that, you can literally capitalize off of, a way of showing it on my platform. And that's when I came up with the whole Avnio idea. I studied the market. I lived out in Asia and South America, and I realized that people needed to see my channels in those places, but the problem was they didn't have strong internet connection. So then what I basically did was I went back to the drawing board, wrote a piece of code, and now you have Avnio where I can stream channels to people in those countries that have low internet connections or low bandwidth, if you will, and can literally see my channels seamlessly with minimum to no buffering. Victory. So that's basically, what Avnio brings to the table. And then, of course, you have social media now, and everybody who's young and a little bit older are socializing on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and about 40 other popular social sites around the planet. So on Avnio, I basically put the Facebook and all the other social networks that are popular in the actual web page. So when you're watching, one of the Avnio cable channels, you physically now can click on the Facebook icon, Victory, and socialize or instant message your friends on Facebook while you're watching a Nicki Minaj music video on our music channel, or while you're watching American Gangster on our Gangster channels. You basically can click on Twitter and tweet your friends, or socialize. So the whole social networking aspect was major for us to basically combine it, with the cable experience. Now, if I can offer cable to you for $25, at 500 channels of stuff that you want to see, then I think that we can not necessarily Time Warner Cable or Comcast in North America, but I think that we can basically, go out into the planet and set our own mark, to be the cable company for the planet, and that's the space that we're working in Victory, to be the cable TV social network for the globe. So we don't really compete with Time Warner, Comcast, or any of those North American cable companies. We're in a class by ourselves, and that's basically it in a nutshell.
Hold up, so y'all the only ones that's basically, providing for the whole world, basically.
That is correct.
Wow, and there's an original man. That's what I'm talking about.
Right. So thank you, I appreciate that. So our cable company, which is the software that I developed, which is a configuration software, is the only one of its kind, and the only competitors you would basically say we had would be a cable company in every country around the planet. But in all actuality, they aren't our competitors because they're not on the internet. So they don't stream channels on the internet combined with socializing. And then to top it off, on Avio's channels, Victory, you'll be able to physically click on Nicki Minaj or Drake or any scene in a movie and physically buy the shirt over Denzel Washington's back in American Gangster while you're watching the movie, right from the Avio cable service, without ever, going to another website. So no one has our architecture, our code, or our business model because we're in a class by ourselves.
I hear that. So, but what about? Do you have a plan? You don't have to tell me, but do you have a plan just in case people like Time Warner or Cablevision, basically get to your level? Because
let me educate you really quick. And what I mean by we're a small group of individuals. I created the code, and I just started to, grab the right-minded, individuals, from Algorithm. My father is my only business partner, who I started Avio with back in 2009. And the thing is that, people like, the like-minded individuals that want to stream their content on YouTube and Hulu look at Avio as a better alternative, because these are people that wanted to put their TV shows, just don't show time, but they never get breaks. So when you talk about Time Warner getting to our level, they can never get to our level, and I'll tell you why. Because the contracts that they write, that they develop with their attorneys for distributing HBO or any of their cable channels are very airtight and concrete in terms of how they distribute it through fiber optic cable. Okay, and HBO, who is an original content provider or a network that creates their own, programming, they lease the content to a Time Warner cable through their channel, and then Time Warner says, you know what, we have about 23 or 53 million, Time Warner subscribers in North America, and we will carry your channel to our cable subscribers, and for an extra $5 that you charge our cable subscribers, we'll share in the profits. Okay, so what HBO then does is HBO says, okay, great, well, we're not going to give you the rights to stream our original HBO original programming on the internet because we have what is called our own app. So we have HBO Go. So that basically means that Time Warner Cable, which is what we are in terms of, let's say, the same space. Time Warner Cable, because they don't own the content and then their business model is not online distribution, it's specifically to distribute the HBO channel and the HBO shows to someone's home through a fiber optic cable, is technically their space. So they're not even thinking about what we're doing because their contracts don't allow them to be that particular type of distribution platform to people in Africa, or China or South America. HBO, Turner Sports, NBA, those brands won't allow it. And that's basically why we are superior. And so our plan in 2 years is to obviously, go public like Facebook did, and set up various different hubs in different countries and offer cable channels to those particular countries, for the whole entire planet to see wherever you are on planet Earth. You'll still get the same cable channels. So, that's basically our mission in life right now.
Okay. So you got any partners in this, or is just by, or you just by yourself? Oh, my bad. You say you have a small staff. Now, have anybody doubted you on this, or before you?
My father is my partner.
Okay.
And we do have shareholders. People that put stock in Avio, and those particular individuals, we hold dear to our heart because they really believe in the project. Just like Facebook has shareholders, just like MySpace did, just like, Instagram, they have shareholders. Well, Instagram just got bought by Facebook, so it's the same premise. So in terms of doubting, yes, people have doubted because in this business, people are, they don't have vision. A lot of people don't have vision. Plus, people are scared of change.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes someone with real gumption to basically drop something like this on the planet. And of course, being from a specific part of the world, people look at me and they're like, well, you come from New York City. What could you know about writing software? You're not from, Silicon Valley where Google is and Apple is and all these big tech companies. But what they fail to realize is that, I come from the greatest city, I feel, on planet Earth because it's the melting pot of nationalities and ethnicities that have all types of creative ideas that allow me to experience different things. So by me building a network that now all these different nationalities and ethnicities can literally look at it and say, you know what, now I can put my representation on a cable-like platform and have it distributed to my fan base or my relatives back home as well as within the United States. I think that, it basically keeps us in a class by ourselves where now the people who doubt it, who don't understand it, now come back around victory and say, you know what, how can I be down in layman's terms, I put my stuff on there, We've taken out into a lot of celebrities and, a lot of celebrities are locked into various different contracts, for their music distribution from, being on Vivo or even being on their own, platforms I'm not gonna name any names, but they're like the contracts with music stores like iTunes, and we get that and we understand that. We're just basically saying, you know what, the future is video, the future is cable television, and the future is mobile engagement. To see your favorite music video or your movie on the new iPhone 6, which is coming out, with a larger screen, is where Avio will rest, because we want to be in at least 1.2 billion spaces between mobile to tablet devices on Earth than 80 million homes like BET or 100 million homes like VH1. Does that make sense to you?
Yep, it definitely does. No, you remind me of my brother.
Okay.
You remind me of, what's that brother from Fubu? Steve Damon? That's his name?
No,
Damon John, because it's funny because there's always brothers from Hollis, Queens, and brothers from Harlem, which is in New York, that's always doing it up. The list goes on and on. I'm not even going to mention how many brothers in Harlem and how many brothers in that part of Queens, Hollis, that's always doing big things. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is, and I've had the pleasure to, be a part of the FUBU brand, by doing aggressive marketing back in the late 90s and late 80s. And I do know Damon, John, I do know Jay Alexander, big shout to them and their brands and them doing it up. And I appreciate that I remind you of, a respected businessman, of color. I just know that where my life is taking me is to basically be the representative of a group of people, and I'm not just talking about black individuals, but I'm just talking about a group of people from the inner city that now is in a space or a market we call Silicon Valley, where we aren't represented. What I mean by we, I'm talking about people of color, primarily African Americans and Latinos. We are not represented in Silicon Valley, where Google, and LinkedIn.com and MySpace all have their tech hubs or their IT parks at, and so when you speak about Omnio and you speak about the obstacles that we as a team have overcome, it's very groundbreaking to the point where now we have young people such as yourself, and as well as people in different parts of the world that look at us and say, you know what, Omnio is going to be that watershed moment on the planet where, they're not in competition with cable. We are not the death of cable. We're just basically an adage, to entertainment on a different type of device.
Okay. Okay. So, everybody always see. You still there?
I'm right.
Okay.
Go anywhere. I'm listening to you.
Everybody always see. Like people probably see you in the street. People that you know from school, or people that you know from your area, whatever. They see the success or whatever. Now, tell us the trials and tribulations that you've been through, because every business goes through trials and tribulations from the start.
Oh, of course. Of course, not keep it very short because we don't have that much time. It's 9 years, but I started out going to college at the age of 15, Columbia University, and at the age of 17, I was listening to the Chronic eating Cheez-Its and drinking Coca-Cola at a multimedia studio in which I got an internship, and I started to self-teach myself. I said that right, I think. But I started to teach myself animation as well as writing C# and basic coding language to create video game platforms. And from that particular point on, the trials and tribulations I basically endured was just being different in the hood, so to speak, because I spoke a different language, and that different language was creativity. And my parents, who are also from Harlem, they kept me sort of in a bubble to pursue my creative aspect of my mind, as opposed to just basically getting caught up with everybody that was downstairs hustling, trying to talk to chicks every 5 minutes, and that basically played a big part of my educational process, because that was really instilled in me, from the age of, from an adolescent, from 13 on. So when I got into the music industry, around 20 years old, when I came back to New York City, I got into the music industry doing graphic designing, working, doing graphic design for Bad Boy, and then, the whole East-West thing was really big, and I got a big break with NC Records, and I opened up my marketing firm, which is how I really began to understand how to market artists, working on 3 of Mary J. Blige albums, working Spice Girls European tour, just doing a lot of stuff, and figuring how to get the consumer to buy an album when there was no social media. There was no Instagram in 1998, Victory. There was hand-to-hand combat, 5,000 flyers blanketing, an event, all the way from New York all the way down to Miami, across Texas, and through the Midwest to Los Angeles. So I had to figure out various different ways of getting artists' music broken into various different in marketplaces. So the trials and tribulations basically led to me figuring out how to get record label executives to understand my mind. And so creating Omnio, it was just a new hurdle to overcome, because people are so accustomed, and you'll appreciate this, but people are so accustomed, Victory, to literally, looking at, how to promote their music video, let's just say. They don't look at it from a standpoint of, I need a YouTube channel, when YouTube is getting ready to take down all independent artists in charge, or I need to get my word out through a major social network like Facebook, when Facebook's getting ready to charge and couple of months, $2.99 for you to have your own profile up there.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, no, it's and that's the nature of the beast, and the beast is, knowing that everything is gonna come, everything comes to an end, and so that's how people, nowadays promote their stuff. So Instagram is very popular, which is owned now by Facebook, and that's gonna come to an end. So what we're doing at Omnio, which we understand, which will never die, is entertaining people. Giving you a convenience to be entertained. So when you go on Omnio, all you got to do is turn the channels using the red remote control in the middle of the screen, and then hit the close button at the top of the remote, and then you can watch TV all day long. And right now we have 180,000 subscribers in 105 countries that all watch Omnio as an alternative to their cable subscription. And we do know and we do feel that within the next 12 months, by this time next year in 2015, we'll see over 2 million, upwards to 5 million subscribers simultaneously watching different channels on Omnio. And we encourage people that listen to me talk within these interviews to look us up and reach out to us and if you're a music video, if you're an artist that has a music video on YouTube or Vimeo, one of those file sharing sites, then listen, we'll be more than happy to air your music video on our music channels.
Okay. Now, it's funny how you said that in another couple of months, Facebook, because I hate Facebook, but I be on it every day. It's just because I know too many people and I network with a lot of people on Facebook, but that Facebook is gonna start charging people just to have a profile, and things gonna start changing and whatnot. You see, because I'm a promoter, I've been promoting since the late 90s, and I be telling people who stuck on social media as far as promoting their parties, their music or whatever, that you gotta take it back to the streets sometime. Cause I'm originally I do online promotions, but I'm originally a street promoter, and I'm dying to get back on the streets. While other people are they're like, I just stick to social media. But what about something happens to social media? But then again, you got your company. But
right, well, it's a change. It's been a change victory. I started out as a grassroots marketer. I started as a street promoter as well back in 1997, 98, 99, working with Bad Boy. So I physically, I had the largest street team in New York City. I had a staff of 800 people to be exact, because I was hiring anybody that wanted to work in the music industry, specifically because I had so many artists underneath my company, which is called Wall Street Promotions and Marketing at the time. So I was working all of Master P's artists. I was working Cash Money's artists when they first came out. I did the marketing for Lil Wayne's first album, The Block Is Hot. I just did a lot. Did like that. Eric Badu's first album. The list goes on. So me understanding where you're coming from is like you're preaching to the choir, because I understand it. But we do have to move with the times, and the time now is people do things from a different perspective now. They don't like to go out and do hand to hand greeting or engaging, but what people do now and will always do to the end of time is watch video, watch show, watch TV. And that's why people say,
so for the next few minutes,
people, cable is expensive. People will always watch cable no matter how much it costs, because cable is the only ones in the game that is streaming high-def movies, and TV shows, and keeping people entertained, and it's convenient. Now here we come, and we're providing the same experience on your mobile, tablet, and laptop anywhere on the planet you are. So if you're promoting in Jamaica, Victory, or New York City, Baltimore, LA, wherever, Asia, at the end of the day, you still want to be entertained. You want to relax. Well, Omnio is here for you. Simply go to www.omnio, just spelled ANIO.TV, and subscribe for free for now, and watch TV. In January of 2015, coming up soon, we will be launching 100 channels plus for $24.99, and you will basically be able to create your own, profile like Facebook. And we understand that people pay, for their cable experience like they normally would and they normally do. They won't have a problem paying to see the content they want to see and socializing. And that's basically how we make money, aside from other things. Live stream concerts, victory, streaming a party that you probably promote on one of our nightlife channels, right? As well as the ability to buy product directly from the commercial. When you watch a commercial on Avio, you'll be able to physically click on a commercial and buy those Air Jordans directly from the Nike commercial on one of our channels. So we have a very big business model, and we're very excited, and we're happy that 180,000 and plus subscribers to date, and we've only launched Avio within a month now, so we're excited that we're growing at a rapid pace.
Okay. Now let me ask you this question. This might be a touchy question, but now let's say you have a big corporation like Viacom. They see, huh?
We will never sell.
Damn, bro, at least let me ask the question. But yo, I like that. You was a little bit tight, but when you said that, I was like, okay, this brother from Harlem.
Well, and I'll tell you why we don't want to sell. Why my dad and I will never sell, because if we sell, then you won't be able to get your word out there. We're not like Bob Johnson, who sold the BET to MTV for $4.5 billion. We're not like Kathy Hughes, who owns TV One, who's about to sell. We're a cable company. We're different. So Time Warner will never. Time Warner just sold itself to Comcast for $45.5 billion. But even if they come to me with $45.5 billion, I won't sell it, because you know why? Then what am I living for? And we as people of color won't have a medium to get our own stories out. If you notice, on Time Warner Cable Comcast, every channel is literally and technically run by people that don't look like you or I. Which is not a problem for me. That's fine. But Avio, we want to have a network where it comes from a different trend of thought, and our trend of thought is inclusion. Media of inclusion, including everyone.
Yeah.
Not just 2 or 3 channels for the Indian market and 4 or 5 channels for the Latino, cable subscriber. But having about 10 to 20 to 100 channels for the Latino market, another 100 channels for the African market, and another 200 channels for the African American market, and breaking it down from a niche perspective. And so forth and so on, Asians and everyone else. And even what about the Native Americans? A lot of people don't know, but the Native American population, they do create feature films that you'll never see on network television.
Okay.
What about those individuals, the Eskimos, who are Native Americans in Alaska? What about those people, the independent filmmakers, that put their hard work, sweat, blood, and money into producing stuff, and then trying to get into Sundance Film Festival in Utah or Cannes in France, but we'll never get the light of day because there's politics involved.
Politics.
Avio represents a different type of filmmaker, a different type of artist, a person that can't be controlled by a specific group of individuals or entity. Now, there is stuff that we will not broadcast on Avio, and it's just because, we're sensitive to, certain things. And, I'm not going to talk about it, but, as you scroll through our channel lineup, you'll see what we don't have on there.
Yeah, okay.
Very subtle, just like cable does.
Now, why do you think when original people or black people. That's just another name that I have for black people, because we're all original people technically. But anyway, why do you think a lot of us black entrepreneurs, when we have something good that's popping and is doing great and everybody's loving us, why are we so quick to just sell the company out? I know because of, then again, that was a stupid question. The money, the amounts of money.
Well, I think the reason why a lot of African Americans do quote unquote sell out to bigger corporations because, just to get to that plateau, okay, of a certain financial independence, we as a group of people, we go through a lot of trials and tribulations, and we get tired. Some of us get tired, and I can understand that. We're trying to do that. We sell out. I've seen our people that, want to move on into other things, Russell Simmons sold the and in Def Jam, he wanted to move on to different things, I understand it. Do I agree with it? Not really, because I'm not built like that,
From Harlem, man!
Well, right, I'm just not, look at Diddy. Diddy still has that where he won't sell it. I understand that, it's just where we're from, so. But from not just because I come from uptown, it's more of a mindset where what we're doing is a media revolution, if you will. It's not a standpoint of way. I'm not years old. I didn't walk on the civil rights marches. But I understand what they did. People like yourself and myself, and that are now in the United States of America, civil rights doctors. I understand what those particular individuals did for people like ourselves who are young to now, create brands like Avio and keep it to ourselves in order for people that are poor, that come after us, to affect people with our own media content. If we put something on a specific channel like Love and Hip Hop, on each one, there's certain restrictions also. Even though it feels like they're doing what they want to do on those channels, everything is scripted. Without we're not going to be a scripted type of business because we want to tell the stories and we want to allow everyone else, we want to allow everyone else that broadcasts their TV shows and their channels on our network to tell the story the way they see fit.
It makes perfect sense, Omari. It makes perfect sense. Yeah, man. It's like only a minority of us that really get it. Even within black entrepreneurs, it's mostly black Americans. I'm gonna keep it real. It's mostly a lot of us black Americans that don't have that real independent mind state. Because my family, I'm not trying to separate black Americans from Africans, but it is what it is. Because I'm sort of black American, but my family are like, they're from West Africa, and it's like one thing I noticed, the difference between most Africans and most black Americans, for the most Africans got that moral, that independent mindset. They're like, no, we're not selling out, we're not doing this, we're not doing that. But Black Americans is like, yo, hey, I want to live lavish. I want to. Well, most of us. I'm not saying all of us. So whoever's listening, don't think I'm stereotyping, but it's like most of us is like, yo, no doubt, yeah, no, I want to live lavish. Like, yeah, of course. Because I speak to a lot of Black American entrepreneurs that I know of personally. They're like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll be a fool not to sell out. I'm like, oh my god. Okay.
You have to understand the subliminal and the actual fact of indoctrination, the colonialization of the African slaves that were slaves for more than 400 plus years. The first Africans were brought from Africa to America, Virginia, all this
But it's just that out of frustration. Because you gotta understand, with me, I get frustrated at certain situations, and I'm like, damn, I just don't understand, but I do understand.
for Europeans for what is called indentured servitude to serve as slaves. So, what do we say to that particular notion or that particular process that transpired in the 15th century, 16th century? You know, so you really have to know history, and then once you know it changes your mindset. Well, I can talk to you like I'm about to say, I'm not mad at rough selling, that. So I'm not mad at Bob Johnson selling because I understand the mindset. Yes, I was mad at one point, but I had to really dig deep and understand like a lot of people of my fellow folks that look like me. Why would they do that? It's not to share chalking up and say, oh, they were tired, but it's because, I understand they have a specific mindset. And I chalk it up to, having a good on way thinking. I consider somebody that looks like my slave master.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid, to basically talk about it because that is what, in my mind, it really and truly is. And that's what has the version of his own emphasis, basically a peace, and choose to people that look like, like I am.
Yeah.
And that's all systematic indoctrination. At the point, control the mind and controlling a person physically, because a person can walk free and still be enslaved. And that's what you do. But see, you have to break out of the shackles of being enslaved because you truly are enslaved on a certain level. If you don't know your fellow man, your fellow brother, that looks like you understand that, you know what? I can't be frustrated with you. I can go around being frustrated with a shit ton of individuals, because they're indoctrinated. But why do that?
I mean, you gotta understand, my brother. I've been putting these people on having these conversations, like how me and you were having these conversations about ownership and things like that for almost 20 years, my brother. Like, so it's like, so it's like, but it's like they don't listen to me. Like I'm like I got a friend, one of my best friends, who's into the same thing I'm into, and a person like me, I've been doing media for years or whatever, and I'm not the type to really, I don't see I don't really see me as the type to fit in the corporate media, entertainment, urban world, whatever you want to call it. And then me and her had conversations, and sometimes she'd be like, yo, Victory, I could see Client Ethiks Mixtape Show on NBC, BET, and sometimes I'd be like, just out of not having a debate or argument with her, I'm like, no. But sometimes we do have debates, especially when it comes to like culture vultures. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about when I say about culture vultures. So it's like me and her have, or even some of my male friends, like that, like my man that I hardly see, like I see him like every maybe 2-3 times a year, and he always telling me to do the same thing everybody else do. I'm like, yo fam, if this dude don't have no integrity as far as his music, why should I put him on? Because he's willing to give me money? I don't care about the money. If he ain't nice, I'm not putting him on. So it's like, it's that mentality that I don't really, and I be trying, but it's like, that's how they think, It's like the best thing I could do is shed some light, shed some light on them or whatever, and move on with myself and be the best independent entrepreneur that I could be. Independent, and live out this independent culture, because I realized that being an independent entrepreneur is not just about being independent. We always use that word independent, but I learned that it's a culture. It's a culture. It's not just, you know what I mean? It's a culture, Yeah, I can't break it down too much how it's a culture, but I see it as a culture. You know?
It's definitely a culture. It's the way of life. In order to be an entrepreneur, you have to be on top of your own game, your own back, and I totally understand it. The only advice I do give to you, surround yourself with people that are like-minded, that can elevate you, not necessarily sit here and argue with people that are on one particular level. That's number two. And number three, really just deep into some history on why people look at you as an African in America. Just like I did, I looked at why people look at me as an African American in America with a certain level of intelligence, and looking at it from a standpoint saying, this can't be. Jason is not supposed to know how to write software, not supposed to know how to create an app, and he's not supposed to know how to count, or do trigonometry, and I had to really dig deep and realize, that people will see me in a specific light, especially my own people, all the way up to the average African, age 18 to 40, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As an African American, he's from New York City, he's Black American, but, here comes the little stereotype, on this African brother's behalf. So I'm here to basically shed light to people like yourself, as well as other Africans that are in my life, and that there are brothers out there, who are of African American descent that have knowledge of self, and that want to shed light to the world and say, Africans and African Americans as a whole can physically work together to a common goal. And that common goal is, as you call it, independent entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Next question.
Well, you like in 40-something minutes already.
No, listen, it could be always a part.
Okay. Because I'm thinking that Because I'm thinking that you don't want to do a long ass interview, but yeah, we could keep on going. We could keep on going.
I don't want to do, as you eloquently put, a long ass interview.
Y'all like it, my brother. You're real tight and tough with me, but I need brothers like you to, keep me on my toes.
Well, of course, that's what we're here about. I'm here to basically enlighten you and change your mindset, because you have a very tunnel way of thinking also because of what you've experienced, and I totally understand it, because I was you at one point, in my life, talking to a bunch of individuals that didn't hear me and trying to educate them on things to help them with their stuff. But my advice to you is get your own stuff going, and I'm not saying you don't have your stuff going, but get it going to the point where you don't have to talk, people are coming to you.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to rid all of my ego, put it to the side, and listen to what Mr. Victory has to say. Despite that he comes from, his parents come from West Africa,
Yeah.
But
it's funny though with me though. Let's interrupt you because it's like I feel like I'm in the middle because I'm first generation American. So
you are.
So it's like I'm too African for the Americans and too American for the Africans. So the whole independent culture is something I feel like I fit in a way. It's funny.
Right.
But I feel like, I'm from everywhere, okay? I'm indigenous to the whole land, even Asia, if you want to go back to the Shang Dynasty and all that. Anyway.
Right, listen, at the end, we can go off into so many different tentacles, but what I want to tell everybody that is listening to this interview is that my name is Jason A. Swanson. I'm the creator of technology that allows you to see TV channels and socialize at the same time called Avio. And you can go to my website at ovnio.tv and see Kung Fu movies 24/7 on one channel, and then see hip-hop East Coast music videos only on another channel, and then see the exercise channel on another experience, and see somebody perform live from Principles of BB King in Manhattan, as well as order something directly from the live stream without ever leaving the web window. So, and I'm happy that I'm being interviewed by a brother like yourself who's willing to open his listeners' minds up. Avio is like no other.
Okay.
Jason A. Swanson, and I'm not Mark Zuckerberg, nor Steve Jobs. I am the first Jason A. Swanson.
Did you just say Steve Jobs? Oh, that was just my head.
I'm not a black version of Steve Jobs.
Oh, okay. I think you said Steve Jobs. I think he was making a quick shot. Hey, I don't blame you. I'm not mad, you know?
I don't need to make a quick shot. I mean, the man is dead. He can't defend himself, so I don't make cheap shots at people that are...
Yeah, I heard you say.
That are 6 feet and, he's an innovator, he's a creative genius in his own right, and I respect him, and I really appreciate what he's done for the planet. I just don't want to be compared to someone like him or someone like Mark Zuckerberg because, they are in a class by themselves.
Yeah, they're their own brand.
Right, they're their own man, but that's like what they created, their own technology, just like myself. So I'm in a class by myself. So when people say, oh, yeah, Jay is like Mark Zuckerberg, which I've had people do, that I have to correct them. I don't get angry because I understand that's how people can compare. But Mark only created a social network. I created a cable platform that, that has software that can minimize buffering. So buffer like a video clip. So they go see my stuff, they go see my channels, and they respect it. That's how it works.
Okay. So what's your advice for people who want to get into your field of work?
Well, my field of work is, talking about, software development and creating platforms and, go, search on Google on, creating websites for dummies first, and I'm being very blunt and honest, and figure out what the game is missing, and study your market, ask questions, talk to your family members, talk to your friends, if you have an idea and you want to put it out there, ask questions, and then if you get resistance from somebody, someone says, you know what, that's really not going to work. What you do to those people, you move far away from them. If you feel it in your gut, and you feel it in that gut feeling, and that gives you drive, then that's the man upstairs talking to you. He's saying, you know what, you're on the right path. And that's my advice.
Okay. Now let me ask you this one question. What about you said before, don't pay attention or stay away from the naysayers. What about if somebody's parents, that's been taking care of this person for years and years and love them, care about them? What about if somebody's parents be like, yo, you can't do it? You advise somebody to stay away from their parents or leave the parents alone if they're naysaying?
There's an old saying in African American culture, being that you're African, I don't know if you know this thing, but it's African American culture by a very famous singer, African American female blues singer named Billie Holiday.
I know Billie Holiday. I got her album in my CD.
Okay, great. So then I retract that. She said, Papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own. And so my point of saying that is that my advice to that person, if their parents are telling them that they can't do stuff, that's their fear of what they didn't do in their own life span, because they feared the unknown. They feared, breaking out of that shell of being indoctrinated. And so they don't want their sons or daughters to do so. They want them to stay uniform and controlled.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna keep it real. My family, even though my family is African, it's the same thing with me. So,
and that's why we have a TV that we have this talk show.
Yeah.
But you didn't stay in the confines of your family, way of thinking, which is totally understandable. But that's what children do. Children outgrow their parents, whether it's creatively, economically, culturally, so forth and so on. That's just life itself. But if you have parents that stagnate you, you love them for being your parents and do you right, but that's it. Leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
true.
At any rate, listen, I gotta get ready to get on a flight.
I'm down, my brother.
Yes, sir. And it's definitely a pleasure talking to you, and I appreciate anyone who listening to our conversation, and I look forward to coming back.
No doubt. The website. Don't forget to screen the website.
You pronounce the website for me, and I'll do a drop.
Alvinio.
It's Avneo.
Avneo. I gotta get used to that. Avneo.com.
That's right.
Avneo.com. Subscribe to it, people. You know, don't forget. Avneo.tv. Okay, Avneo.tv, people. Remember, log into that.
www.avneo.tv.
Definitely.
On your phone, on your Android, your laptop, desktop, or tablet.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you very much for allowing me to say my piece to your listeners, and I appreciate the support.
And you're my brother. You got a I'm not on no Hollywood shit, okay? You got a customer. You got a future customer, man.
Okay, well, listen, when you have my number, when you log on and you scroll through it, back call me when you actually get on. When you put it in your computer and you log on, you call me, this weekend, let me know how you like the experience and, what you get out of it.
Cool. Definitely, my brother.
All right, you have a safe day, and I'll talk to you soon.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye.